Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Remi. I am a vtuber, which means I play a virtual character online, preferably an anime girl. I'm using a tracking camera which tracks my movements and facial expressions, and yeah, I am a content creator. Mainly I've been streaming video games just on Twitch and YouTube, but going forward, I want to do more stuff with content creation, and so we finally got accepted into nursing school. Can you believe it? I am still so shocked, and I want to be able to talk about that today. My journey so far, how I got here, what happened, why I've been gone for 1 month, since I had to take care of all my nursing school requirements in order to secure my seat at this nursing school. So I had to, log in and super focus, get things done. There was a lot to do, and so I'm hoping to be back to streaming sometime in about 2 weeks, because nursing school starts in 2 weeks, and I want to know what my class schedule is before we decide on our streaming schedule and all of that. So I don't usually do this sort of stuff, chatting a lot and everything. I'm a very shy person, but I hope to do more of it, come out of my shell, hope to inspire other people, just talk with you guys, have someone to talk to, stuff like that. I'm seeing a lot of I've been discovering a lot of real life health professionals who are also content creators online. I see doctors, I see other nurses, I see people are going to med school or are in nursing school, and they do vlogs or study with me or a day in the life of first day of nursing school, all of that. And I hope to do more of those sort of stuff here. I don't see a lot of VTubers doing health, as health professional, content creator and everything. Usually it's just games or whatnot, but I don't know, maybe we're the first one, maybe not. Maybe we can I don't know, inspire other health professionals to, if they ever want to do content creation, you can also be a VTuber, that sort of stuff. Introduce the VTubing world to real life, more normies, real life people. I think that would be pretty awesome. So yeah, I've been discovering a lot of those type of content creators, and I want to be able to incorporate that here with us as well. Doing a lot of in real life stuff to mix it in with our VTubing activities. I think that would be pretty awesome. I'd like to do vlogs and everything, talking about or showing you guys my first day of nursing school, all of that. So yeah, that might be coming up next or something, so be on the lookout. And so today I want to start talking about who I am, genuinely. So far I have 3 degrees, 2 in math and 1 in biology, and so that allowed me to apply for nursing schools and whatnot. So I started out after graduating high school, I was a nursing major. So I got my prerequisites done, biology, microbiology, anatomy, physiology, all of that prereqs done, and I passed. And I just couldn't bring myself to take the TEAS test because I just wasn't confident enough. I felt like maybe I don't have what it takes to save lives. Real life people's lives are gonna be in my hands. The thought of that, I felt a little pressured. I was really young, and I didn't have a lot of guidance. And so, I grew up in a broken home, and there was a lot of discouragement and everything, like you'll never be great, stuff like that. So I just wasn't confident in myself. And so I transferred to a university, and I was a math major, and I had one more year left to get my bachelor's in mathematics, but I still felt like something was missing. I still wanted a job where I can, like, one day, like a dream, like I want to be able to help people, save lives, be some sort of superhero. My inner child, I always wanted to be some sort of superhero, make the world a little better place and all that. Have a positive impact in other people's lives. I wanted to do something like that, something meaningful. So I tell myself, maybe I should try it. Maybe I should try the tease test again. And so, during my streaming hobbies, I have this really amazing manager, and I have wonderful siblings as well. They're a little bit older now, but they're still kids, but they encourage me. I have friends who encourage me, like online friends. My manager especially, I want to thank you to my manager, Switch Cat. He told me, good things come to those who are fearless. Be brave, get out of your comfort zone. And so, kind of like when I started streaming, I thought I can come out of my shell and everything. I was so shy. I don't know, I was just having fun, but I started really liking it. I want to do a lot more content creation for sure. But then my little brother, he was like, fortune favors the bold. And so I took the initiative and finally took the tease test. And I cannot believe it. I passed it with like an 81% or 80%. I don't remember. It was like 80 something. And I was so proud of myself. Everyone was so proud. Like, my parents didn't think I could do it. Like growing up in a broken home, there wasn't a lot of encouragements. And so everyone was so surprised. Now everyone's rooting for me and everything. If I took the initiative, I passed. I did the most good on the math section, I would say. Because I'm such a nerd. I do have a fun side, but I also feel like I have also a nerdy side where I'm like super into math and science and all of that stuff. And so I did better in the math part. And so after that, I decided to started applying to a bunch of nursing schools, all around my area, universities, community colleges, all of that has nursing programs. And so, a year went by, there was a bunch of rejections and all of that, and I started getting a job at the hospital. Asked all the nurses around there and everything, advice and everything. I even asked my cousin, who is also a nurse. She's working on her nurse practitioner degree right now. But I've been asking a bunch of people. There was this nurse who said she had to drive 1 or 2 hours away from her home to be able to attend school, and I thought that was really amazing of her, really brave, because like I said, I'm always in my bubble. I'm really shy. I never thought that I would be able to go out of my comfort zone and all that. I felt like I wasn't brave enough, but no. But I feel like I do have that in me, that brave spirit, the part where I feel like I want to persevere and do better and improve myself. And so after a year of rejections and all that, I was at the lowest point in my life. I was going through a heartbreak with my ex, who I've been with for years, and that hurt a lot. I felt like I wasn't where I want to be in life. People my age were like doing so well, or that have careers, or I don't know, kids and all of that stuff. And you know, people are successful when they're at my age, and I felt like I'll never amount to anything. I feel like, you know, like I was poor, didn't have a stable job. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life and all of that, and I feel like I've lost everything. My mom was like, maybe you shouldn't apply to nursing school, maybe you should stop because it's been a year now and you've got nothing. And I don't know, I was at the point where I want to give up everything. You know, I was so depressed. I took a little break from streaming and everything. I went on this family trip and with my family, and I haven't seen my dad in so long. My parents are divorced, and so I don't know, it just hit me in the feels, you know, like I just got emotional. I just want to be someone, you know, have meaning in my life. I didn't feel alive, you know. I want to do something where my parents are proud of me, where I can, you know, I don't know, I feel like I wasn't living up to their expectations, but I know they love me, you know, even as imperfect as they are, they're still my parents and I love them, and they love me. And I just tell myself, like, if one day I ever get into nursing school and that I graduate, I hope that they'll still be there, because sometimes, you know, you're growing older and your parents are also growing older, and you just never realize that. And so, you know, you learn to appreciate what you have right now and everything. You know, I just hope that they'll be there when I graduate. And I'm sorry, my legs are numb. I've been crisscrossing while I'm sitting on this chair. I was shaking a little bit while I talk. But yeah. Anyway, during that trip, I got this email from this nursing school, and finally there was a reply that said, "Congratulations, you have been accepted to take part in our ADN program." Yes, it'll be my first year going to a nursing school and being a nursing student for the first time. And so they said I got accepted, and they wanted me to come in for an interview, school interview. So yeah, fingers crossed. I try to look up all these YouTube videos and everything, like what are they gonna ask us, what to expect, or you know, stuff like that. And I want to thank you to all those health professionals out there that are also doing content creation. You guys have inspired me and so many other people into pursuing their dreams, and you know, giving out information and all of that to let us know what to expect, you know, try to make everyone's lives a little better. Like, I really admire that a lot, and I hope as a content creator myself that I'm able to bring that same amount of effort or inspiration to the table for other people as well, you know. And so this nursing school is 2 hours away from my house. That means if I go to school, I'll be driving 2 hours to school and 2 hours back. So that's gonna be a lot. But you know, for my dream, for things that I love to do to help other people, to be a nurse, to save lives, I'm willing to go the extra mile, you know. And also because, like, I've heard from advice from other nurses as well. You know, like I said, there was this nurse who said, like, she had to drive 1 or 2 hours away from home, all of that, to go to nursing school. And then my cousin, who's working on her nurse practitioner degree, she also said, like, I asked her for advice because I kept getting rejected and everything. She said, "Have you tried applying to private schools and stuff?" And I thought to myself, oh yeah, she's saying, like, you know, like how a lot of these public nursing schools, like, they kind of like just pick your name out of a bag or something like that, but you'll have a higher chance of getting in if you apply to private schools and stuff. And so this nursing school that I'm about to go to is a private school. And when we got to the interview, but yeah, I want to thank you to my cousin as well and all the nurses out there or health professionals out there who gave me advice as well. It really helped me a lot and guided me in the right direction. So thank you so much for making my life so much better. Sorry about that, a little cough. So yeah. So this school that I have been accepted to is a private nursing school, and so they asked us for the interview, right? So I went in for the interview, this nursing school student interview, and there was only 30 people there, and the speaker there, or the other nurses or the other nursing teachers, they were saying that we were top 30 out of thousands of applicants that applied, and there's still a long list waiting. And they urge everyone to, you know, get their shots in, because you have to make sure you're healthy enough to work on like real life, like, you know, practice on real life patients and clinicals and all of that while you're in nursing school. So you need to get all your shots ready. Your you know, all the nursing school requirements like malpractice insurance, make sure you're informed about hospital fire safety, your CPR card, CPR, yeah, CPR, right? Yeah, CPR card, all of that stuff. You need to get that in to secure your seat, because there's still a lot of people waiting. So they hope that we were able to do that. And so yeah, that's kind of like why I took 1 month away from content creation or streaming and all of that. I had to get all of that done, you know. This is my one chance in a lifetime, and I don't know if I'll ever get that chance again. So yeah, so after driving back, I told my mom everything. Also, I got a ticket. Well, not like physically, like, you know, cops stopping you or anything, but like they sent me like an email and everything. They're saying you drove in the fast lane and the freeway, stuff like that. Well, in my defense, you know, it was a new place. I never thought in a million years I would drive 2 hours away from home. Even going to the store is so much of a hassle. It's like 5 minutes away from my house, but that's like the farthest I've ever driven is 30 minutes to my university. But like 2 hours, never in a million years I thought I'd do that. But you know, like how my manager said, sometimes the hardest thing is the right thing to do. You know, gotta be brave, gotta be fearless. And so, you know, I was brave enough to do that, and I'm proud of myself as well. I changed a lot. I feel like I grew a lot more after the heartbreak and everything, being at the lowest point in my life. I feel like it's finally getting somewhere. I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm really proud of myself for getting things done and taking that next step and persevere, never give up. You know, even when life tells me to give up, all of that stuff. But yeah, at the interview, they asked like, why do you want to be a nurse? And I said, well, when I was little, really little, I used to talk a lot or play a lot with my grandma. She was really ill, and I take care of her when my parents are away. Even though I'm like probably in elementary school or something, I look after her. And so I love her a lot. And one day she fell down and we had to take her to a hospital. I was so little, I didn't know what to do. And thank God my dad was on the way home. And so we took her to a hospital, all of that, you know, fast forward a few more years, and so she's gone now. But I always thought back to that moment. You know, I wish there was something more that I could do, you know. And that's when I decided I want to help people. I want to save lives. I want to work in the medical field. I want to do something meaningful with my life. I want to have positive impact on other people, you know, hopefully teach stuff or inspire other people, or, you know, be there for them. Because when I was little, I was born in a broken family, you know, with parents divorced and everything, and I never really had that comfort. I never really had anyone there for me, and oftentimes my single mom, she had to go to work a lot, and I'm left with my big sister, all of that. You know, there wasn't a lot of, I don't know, help when I was little, or protection, or people looking after me. And so I'm kind of leaning towards maybe one day when I graduate to be like a pediatric nurse or something, you know, but I'm not too sure yet. There's a lot that's, you know, ever since being accepted into this nursing school, I've been thinking a lot about what I want to go after, you know, like I want to be an OR nurse, a trauma nurse, you know, the baby nurse, or ICU, all that stuff, pediatric. I'm still thinking about it, but right now I'm leaning towards pediatrics because I really like kids. I feel very like protective of them. I'm not a mom. I'm still learning about life, you know, even though I'm an adult. But you know, maybe one day I hope to be a mom myself. But anyway, I just like kids, you know. They're so innocent, and you know, they deserve someone to protect them too. Because I didn't have that when I was little, or people to stand up for me, you know. And I hope to have a positive impact on a lot of people's lives. So, you know, things like that I tell them. And so, you know, we were going around the classroom. Everyone has their own reasons for wanting to be a nurse. Someone said like they witnessed their friend dying in front of them, so they want to be a trauma nurse. And there was another person that was saying like, oh, I'm an established businessman, but I want to do more in life. Because, you know, we always strive to do more, you know. You don't want to be stuck with one thing, because that's kind of like feeling like I kind of get it, you know, because you want to feel like you're actually living, not just being alive, you know. You want things to do, things to improve, things to achieve, and, you know, I like that. Like, playing Souls games and everything lately, I've been learning about life itself, you know. What good is life and value does a person have if there are no puzzles to solve and no challenges to overcome? Because all these boss fights one after another in these Souls games, and I learned a lot, you know, kind of teaching me about life. And so, you know, after that, I just kept telling myself never give up, keep going, keep applying to all those nursing schools, keep going. I've also been taking up medical assisting classes to, you know, have a second option, second plan, or, you know, just to be more secure. I'm still taking it right now. That's why I'm still on a hiatus from streaming and everything, but I hope to be back soon. Hopefully I'll get my medical assisting degree and get my nursing school situated and everything, so I'll know how like classes go or how streaming schedule goes, because I don't really know what to expect. I know a lot of people say that you won't have a life, you won't have time for anything, you guys study 30 to 40, 90 hours or something every week. We do have an orientation for nursing school coming up next Friday, so I think when I attend the orientation, I think they'll tell us like what classes we had to take or materials we had to get for nursing school. I love to do a video on that too, tell you guys what happened and everything, kind of like a diary, kind of like what we're doing now. I kind of like it, you know. I don't really do a lot of like chatting stuff, but I want to do that more now, you know, connect with my followers and everybody over the internet, connect with other people, you know, tell them about my life and everything, just be real and honest, you know, just being myself. And I want to do more of that, you know, in real life content and everything. I love that. And so yeah, another person was saying like during the interview, another person was saying like, well, I've always been looked down on, and you know, working as an LVN or something, LPN. I'm not too familiar with that stuff because I've only been like focusing on RNs and everything. But he was like saying like, you know, nurses and doctors telling him he can't do this or can't do that, and he wanted to be able to become a nurse and be able to be on their level or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that's why he met. And there was a lot of different people there, you know, with different stages in their life, you know, different ages, different life experience. And all of us 30 people, 30 students, prospective students, are here to hopefully become a nurse one day. And so but yeah, everyone has to get their shots and you know, those all the other requirements in order to secure this seat. I don't know if I said this yet, but during the interview, they're also saying like we were the top 30 students out of thousands of applicants, and so we had to like secure a seat. We had to get things done before this due date because there's still a long list of people waiting. Nursing school is very competitive to get in, and I would advise all of you guys who are wanting to go into nursing or are applying right now, apply to every school you can, other states or private schools. Don't minimize your opportunities to just one area or like around where you live. You know, there's other schools out there that would be happy to have you as well. You just never know. You know, I think I got lucky with this school. I think they, I'm not sure, but I think they they're very big on math or something. I'm not sure, but I did really well in the math part of the TEAS test and everything, and I got math degrees. I think that's something that struck with them. I think I don't really have any experience in like healthcare and everything. I haven't really volunteered, so I don't really have like hours of volunteering. But a lot of the people during that interview, they already have experiences and everything, you know. I think I was mainly accepted based on my grades. I think because of that, because I have high grades, so I think that's why it caught their attention. But yeah, everyone seems to be very. There's also like people who there was like this lady. She was also like an actor or something, and she works at Universal Studios, and so she wants to become a nurse now. There's different people there, people with kids, people that are parents, or people that are already LVNs or LPNs, all of that. A lot of people with different, you know, areas in their life, different progressions, and we're all here and we all hope to become a nurse one day. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know. Even though interviews are like, you know, I hear like they're predominantly very competitive, but I wasn't really competitive during the interview. I kind of feel like, you know, everyone here wants to be a nurse. They want to help save lives, and I think everyone's just as amazing. And you know, I hope you know, either whoever gets in or whoever gets accepted, you know, like I'm sure they'll do a good job. And I was rooting for everyone in my heart as well, but also I want to be able to give it my all, you know, answer the questions or the questions that they will give us. Like I want to give it all, you know, put my heart on my sleeve, you know, just tell them, just be real, you know, tell them why I want to be a nurse and all that, and you know, just speak from my heart, so that at least I know I gave it my all, you know. And so it wasn't really a competition actually. It was all 30 of us were accepted, but they also said in order to secure a seat, we have to get all of our requirements done and everything. And so during the interview, we went over like financial aid. Those of you who haven't applied for financial aid, you need to do that now. They're putting a bunch of names on the board, all of that, for people who haven't done that, or people who still need to like do other things. They wrote it down. They were calling out names and everything, roll call, everything. And another question they asked during the interview was, once nursing school starts, how will you be in a way that makes you will help you stay focused in nursing school? And I was like, Well, I want to remind myself why I started nursing school and why I want to be a nursing. Well, sorry, I'm so nervous. Well, I told them, why I want to be a nurse in the first place, what it means to me, and I tell myself that I will remind myself every day why I started. I made a promise to be selfless and to save lives and help other people, and so that's what I have to focus on. Remind myself all the heartbreak, all the difficulty that I had to go through in life to be able to get to where I am right now, and just think about that, and so just do my best and keep going and never give up, stuff like that. So yeah, I felt like a lot of people's answers were kind of similar to me as well. I felt like some people were copying my answer, but that's alright. I don't know. But yeah, it feels like a lot of their answers were similar. I thought that was pretty cool. And so yeah, then I drove 2 hours home, and so I had to get all my shots done. We had to do like tuberculosis shots, varicella, COVID, flu shots, all of that stuff, just to make sure like we're healthy and everything. So yeah, I asked them about it at the school, and they told me there's like an affordable place nearby. Well, actually, before I went home, I asked them about this nursing school, like the shots and everything, and so they told me there was a place nearby that was very affordable, like a clinic somewhere that I can get all my shots done in one day. So yeah, I went there and I got shot a bunch of times, and I think she was this lady at the counter. I think she was like a medical assistant or something, I'm not sure. But she was asking me, everyone was like congratulating me because I told them like I got into a nursing school and I'm trying to get all my shots done, and there was this doctor who was congratulating me, and that lady was congratulating me, and so I thought that was pretty. I just felt really proud of myself, how hard I worked to get here. Sorry, I got a little cough. And so, we went inside the doctor's room. She took my blood pressure. She gave me shots and everything. We got all I've done in one day. Also, she messed up so many shots, and so she shot me a bunch of times in the same spot on my arm, but it hurts a lot. And she's like, so sorry. She took like 10 vials, or not 10, she took like 5 vials of blood or something, and then she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I think I was only supposed to take 2 or 3, and I'm like, it's alright, because you know what, I was so determined to get everything done. I didn't mind the pain, I didn't mind the hard work that I had to put in to get everything done. I didn't mind it, so I tell her it's alright. She was asking me about like how was the TEAS test, because she's also wants to be a nurse one day. Like, she's thinking of applying to a bunch of schools too. She asked me how the TEAS test was, and I told her it's actually just basic math and English and reading and everything, science stuff. And she was like, wow, very cool. So yeah, I got everything done. I drove home, got a ticket because I was driving the fast lane. It was a new place and I didn't even know what that was because I don't really drive really far. So now I learned what a fast track was, or a fast lane, a carpool lane. And so, yeah, we got that done. And then I had to go to a pharmacist to get flu shots done, COVID shot and everything. And the pharmacist was like congratulating me. And she looked so tired. She was like, well, like when one day you'll get to be like us. Like, like working in healthcare is very, very tiring. I'm like, yeah, I get you. And so I thought it was really, I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. You know, you got all these healthcare professionals congratulating me, and I feel like, kind of feel like I'm on their level, you know, like I'm about to be on their level, and you know, everyone's just proud of me lately, and you know, I'm proud of me too. I hope you guys are proud of me too. Worked so hard to get where we are. You know, just never give up. Just keep going, even when you feel like nothing ever works out. You feel like giving up. You know, just don't ever give up. You know, apply to all these different schools, private schools, out of state, everywhere. Just keep applying. You know, one day you'll get into, and I'm sure you will. So, yeah, I got my shots done, and then I had to take like 4-hour course on to get my CPR certificate or a card, and another 4 hours to get our malpractice insurance. It's something, I think it's something you have to have as a healthcare professional in case like patients start, you know, you get into arguments with patients or something. I'm not sure. And then I need to learn about hospital fire safety. I learned about how there's like code red or code blue, all of that stuff, you know, how to move patients when there's a fire, stuff like that. And so, you know, I thought to myself, I gotta start working out, lifting weights and everything, because what if my patient is taller than me and there was a fire, or the patient's heavier than me? I'm gonna have to be able to push them out, you know, out of the room and all that to safety. So, you know, setting that as a reminder. And yeah, and then we have our orientation next Friday. They're gonna tell us like what classes we have to take, or the materials that we need for school, all that stuff. So they'll be going over that. I'd love to do a video on that as well, tell you guys how it went. So yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm waiting for school to start in 2 weeks, so I can get situated and know what my nursing schedule is, so that I'll be able to know what my streaming schedule is and all of that. I'll try to post as much as I can. Of course, nursing school has to go first, so I can only stream or make exclusive YouTube videos after I finish all my studies and everything. But yeah, probably in the weekend I can like stream. We'll see. I want to do study with me too. Maybe I'll stream it. Maybe I'll make a video of that. I think that would be pretty cool to do. Let's see what else do I want to say. But yeah, I've been discovering a lot of healthcare professionals out there who are doing like vlogs and everything. I want to be able to do that here too. So we're gonna be incorporating a lot of in real life materials and everything, in real life stuff. You know, I want to try that out. And yeah, possibly introduce more the idea of being a VTuber out there. I think that would be pretty cool if people try it out. You know, stuff like that. And yeah, I want to do like you know, things like first day of first day of nursing school, all that stuff. I want to like communicate, talk more with you guys. Hopefully you guys like this video. This is my first time just talking, just recording myself. I hope you guys look forward to that more. Yeah, feel free to follow me on socials. I stream video games or other variety content, as well on Twitch and YouTube. We got Twitter. I post schedules on Twitter, Discord, all that stuff. Feel free to join our Discord community. There's a lot of nice people, very comfy, very cozy. very kind people in this community. And I'm also really proud of us that we were able to create such a welcoming, heartwarming, kind community, wholesome community here. And I hope to continue to grow with you guys and reach out to more people, make people's days a little better, you know, by watching our content, all that stuff. And you know, we could do like arts and crafts, you like make stuff for kids at the hospital, stuff like that, you know, one day, you know, make their lives better as well, you know, stuff like that. I don't really know yet, but for sure I want to do so many stuff. We got new games coming out this year, a lot of Souls game, Nintendo Switch 2, all of that. I would love to try that out as well. I like to think of streaming or content creation as more of a hobby. You know, maybe one day it will be full-time as well as like nursing stuff. But yeah, I like to think of this as a hobby where I get to relax from the stress of nursing school or of daily life, all that. Just have fun, just be comfy and vibe with you guys. Yeah, sorry my voice is still shaking. I'm really shy, guys. I'm really nervous. But hopefully as time goes by, I'll be more comfy and more being able to open up to you guys more. So yeah, things like that. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Hopefully, I can give you guys some tips or whatever, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I finished everything. We are now accepted into nursing school and have been approved to attend the orientation next Friday. So I'm really happy. And nursing school starts in 2 weeks on a Monday. So yeah, that'll be really fun. Feel free to join Discord and Twitter. I'll be posting real life pictures as well. And I'll be clipping myself in real life clips at school, at study sessions, stuff like that, you know. It's just like kind of like a vlog and put them together. I'll be learning how to edit videos for you guys, stuff like that. So that would be cool. That'll be something fun to do. But yeah, I hope you guys will come along with me on this journey and you know, see how everything goes. Yeah, I think that'll be really nice. You know, really nice change for our channels too. We don't just play games here. I want to do more stuff, you know. Yeah, there's probably more I want to say, but I'm really nervous right now, so I can't think of something to say. Probably in the next video or so, you know, I'll just add that to my list. I gotta get used to opening up more, you know, getting out of my shell and stuff. But yeah, right now I'm trying to focus on my medical assisting certificate to achieve that. And that's probably gonna overlap with like my nursing studies and everything. So I'll be working on 2 things. So like nursing degree and my medical assisting certificate, just in case, you know, I wanna work during nursing school and everything. So yeah, also, oh yeah, this school is it's a private school, right? It's an accelerated nursing program, and I'll be getting my ADN. So I'm set to graduate by September of next year. So it's gonna be really accelerated, really fast paced. It's gonna be homework after homework, quiz after quiz, test after test. So we'll see how that goes. You know, it's my first time, so I don't really know how it goes, what it's gonna be like, but we will see. It shouldn't be too hard, you know. I do like to study and everything. I'm a big nerd, so I think I'll be fine. I think I'll struggle the most with is the hands-on, like clinical stuff. I gotta get more brave to do all of that. But as far as studying goes, I think I'll be okay. I like taking notes and everything. But yeah, I'm excited for all of that. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yeah. I'm so awkward. I'm an awkward being, guys. But yeah. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye everyone. Bye. Stay healthy. Take good care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Yeah, future nurse in the house, baby. Let's go. We did it. We got everything done. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.